and welcome back everybody here on Instagram on JTS father's Instagram profile. And tonight we're gonna be doing the podcast episode 1, and we're gonna be interviewing none other than the rated R superstar. And the topic for today is describing JTS. So, Wedge, how do you feel on being the JTS roster, wrestling every JTS wrestling in JTS life, and who gives you the spirit to be a wrestler? Since I was a kid, I was dream of being a wrestler. I was dream of holding a champion. No matter what champion, I just want to hold it. And my dream came to a reality because here in JDS, I have been a multi-time JDS champion. I have been also the YouTube champion. So I say, my father, the one who gave me the spirit to be a wrestler, to be the rated R superstar. Wow, Edge, what an inspiration thing you just said. Your father was the one to give you a spirit to be a wrestler. So that was one of the question. Now the second question is, who called you to be on JDS? And I think so it is Jared Stoicio JDS that brings you, but I just wanted to know it from you, like who's the one? A quite of a story. So I would say that when I was 25 years old, I would have just figuring out what job to be, what I should be when I grow up. Even though I am 25 years old, but I'm still having that spirit. What should I be? So, right off the bat, my father said, "Why, Edge? Why you've been stressed out of the jobs?" And my father said to me, "Why? Why, Edge? It's not that you should have a job to be a man." My father said, "Edge, look to me." And my father said, "You don't have to be the one kid who is stubborn, who always wants a job. You can even do an online job. You can even WTH, WFH. That means work from home. You could even do an online job. Like Edge, you could be a doctor, a wrestler. You could even be a man who fixes the cars. Like Edge, there's so many jobs in the world. Just you have to pick one. And even though if you don't have a job, you will still be my sweetest little boy that you are." So it was at this moment when I was highly interested, like he said, wrestling. Like that is one of the best things that my father said. So I told him, "What jobs do you want me to have when I grow up?" And my father said, "I think so. I want you to be a doctor." Wait, that's not the one that I want. Just say the second of them. You mean wrestling? And I was like, "Yes, Dad, that is the job I fully want." And then my father said, "Who cares if you're gonna be a wrestler? Look, Edge, any job that you want, any dreams that you want, I will be the dad that will support your dreams." I wasn't the dad, unlike any other dads that don't follow other kids' dreams. That is not me. And my father was like, "I am supporting you and your job." And I was like, yes, that is the moment when I fully won. I wanted to be a wrestler. Since I was born to be a wrestler. And then my dad said, "No matter what, Edge, if you're gonna be even a wrestler, I will still support you. I will still support your dreams because I am your only father, Edge. And in fact, I am your biological father. If you're gonna be a wrestler, then why? Just accept it. Right, Edge?" Yeah. Does that answers your question, Brandon? It does. And yeah, what a speech. What an amazing dad that you have, Edge. Oh, thank you, Brandon. And it goes to the next question as, oh, you did not finish the one that I said. Who was the one who brought you to JDS? Like, say, you're hired. I just wanted to hear it from you. Is it Jared Stoicio with JDS or is it somebody? Well, for this question, first of all, I apologize for forgetting to answer, but let's get right to it without further ado, like we used to say. So, it was my father who said I was hired. So in that time, when I was like playing video games on my PS2, and it was like so happy, the happiest day of my life. It's like it is like heaven to me. It's like I'm living in heaven, like what I meant to say. Like when my father said to me, "Guess what, Edge? You're hired." And I was like, "What? I'm hired to what?" Then my father said, "You're hired to the greatest professional wrestling in all of professional wrestling, Jared's Toy Show JTS." And I was like, "What? That is one of the greatest, that one of the most special promotion, professional wrestling, sports entertainment, combat sports." And I was like, the happiest day of my life. I was like living in heaven. And since I was since my dad said you're hired, and I was like, yes, 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 just sign it, dad. And my father signed it, and from that day on I was hired to JTS. I would train every day in a performance center, and it was 1 month away. Then I debuted, and it was just like 2 or 3 years. I am the new JTS champion, and now me and Seth Rollins, we call ourselves the Judgment Day. What a faction! One of the greatest factions in all of professional wrestling and action figure style in JTS wrestling. And yeah, so we are the baddest teams in all of professional wrestling. If you would agree with me, Brandon. Yeah, I would say that, Edge. I think so. That's all for today, everybody. And Edge, thank you for giving me a wonderful speech. And you may leave now. And thank you, everybody, for all you watching, whether it's here or at home. Thank you for watching the JDS podcast, episode number 1, interviewing Edge, describing JDS and other stuff. And the next episode will be somebody, but I don't have to say it right now. It's going to be a surprise. But thank you, everybody, for watching this JDS podcast episode 1 on interviewing Edge and on describing JDS and other stuff. And good night. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.